What's up? Let me get you over here. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi. Somebody moved my treadmill. Somebody moved it. It's all messed up. What's up, you guys? It's almost Friday. Let's go. I'm so sorry for those of you that are going through power outages and horrible things from the hurricane that happened. I'm trying to get my treadmill going, y'all. The kids must have been in here and playing on it because it's all kinds of whacked out. I hope you guys are having a good day, other than the ones that are suffering without power. I'm so sorry what you guys are going through. Lots of prayers out to you guys, but it does seem from watching the news constantly that it didn't go as bad as it could have, which was at a category 5. And now you guys got it. I think it was at a 3 and then a 1 in some places. So I just want to say thank you, God, for answering those prayers and that it didn't end up as brutal as it did in Asheville, North Carolina, and some of the other places. I'm trying to get you guys in here a little bit better. I'm starting at a 2.0, you guys, just to warm it up. I'm going to try and find that music, music that I'm able to play without getting flagged and taken down, which, is rude. But what's up, you guys? I'm so happy to see you guys here. Hey, Bo. Hey. Now that I'm starting later, it's easier for you to get in, huh? With the 3-hour time frame, right? So it looks like it didn't go as bad as it could have, right? So prayers answered, right, Bo? Prayers answered. Hey, guys. Okay, well, welcome. This is the Walking for Wellness stream where we're just getting back into the swing of things for those of you that are just starting back out in your journey, or you're rehabilitating anything, that a surgery or any injury that you've gone through. This is just a way to get back in. We're also trying to raise money for the victims in Helene that are suffering from losing pretty much their entire livelihood in the blink of an eye. So, just want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining the stream. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cara Christensen. I am a fitness and health coach. I used to compete in the fitness world, and I'm a mother of 3. Actually, kind of more like a mother to many, because all the neighborhood kids are always here at my house. I'm like Mother Goose. I swear they think I'm running an orphanage here with all the different nationalities running in and out of my door all day long. So, but I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. So now that I'm here with all the kids, I'm trying to take all my knowledge that I've learned over the years and offer that to you guys on how to live your best life from the inside out, literally from the inside out. So I'm constantly putting content on here, and I'm trying to inform you guys of all the newest and latest studies that are out on how to live in your best life and how to stay healthy in a world filled with so many non-healthy things. So right now I'm just starting my warm-up walk. We walk for 60 to 90 minutes, depending on what I'm up for the day. But that also gives us 60 to 90 minutes to be on here and chat. And you guys can ask me any questions, chime in on the conversation at any time, and I'm happy to have you, and I'm so grateful. I know there's so many people out there that you could be watching, so I'm grateful that you come here to get your information and join me in chat. So anyway, I was telling you guys yesterday about the studies that were going on with the I keep hitting it up, with lessening your chances of getting dementia at a later date just by the foods that you eat. So I was reading more into that. Even though we're going to do it on the podcast, I still want to share that information because I feel like it's so critical to know those things, because there's so many people that have loved ones that are suffering from this horrible illness. It's so terrible, you guys. I'll be working out this evening with my 49ers play the sea chickens. Well, good luck to your team, boo. Good luck to your team. Do you have something to work out with in your house, or are you gonna be watching it at the gym? the game. At our gym, they have all the TV screens, but they're usually on the news. Rarely do I see them on sports, I guess, unless you request that to be. But I don't even know how you tune into them. I'm always just got my earbuds in and trying to get through it, get it done, and get out of there if I can. I also I go in, so I work out at home for the most part because I'm working out with you guys. No gym, home's free. That's right, exactly. And there are so many people that have great workouts and great advice that you could be watching also for free. But I do feel like sometimes when I'm not motivated, which you guys motivate me, so, that's one thing. But when I'm not, I feel like when I go to the gym and I see like those, 80 plus people, in the age, like getting at it, I'm like, dude, I have no excuses. Or there's people in there that have like one leg, or they've got they're wheelchair bound and they're still in there showing up. I see them literally every time I go, which means they're probably coming way more often than me if I'm sporadically coming and they're there still. So I feel it's like, okay, I got to get my act together. I have zero excuses. I actually saw this video. I don't know if it was on Instagram or YouTube. It was one of those shorts, you just like can flip through the things. But it was this dude in another country. He had taken some pipes. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if it's a viral thing or not, or if they just fed it to me because of my algorithms. But he took these pipes out of the ground and it made it almost like what this is. Like it goes up and over. So he like fused the pipes together. And then it was all mud. He had a bucket of water near the clay that he was. It poured it right on the spot where and was just running in space, like running in his own space in the mud, just like a treadmill workout. I was like, okay, this is the perfect symbol of no excuses. Even if you don't have equipment and you don't have a gym membership, like look at this dude out in the middle of nowhere, and he's got, his little bar set up, his DIY treadmill set up. I thought it was so funny. I was like, that is like the epitome of no excuses, right? So I saved that. So anytime I'm feeling like, oh, I don't want to do today, I don't want to give back to myself today, I'm too lazy or I'm over it, I'm going to look at that video and be like, okay, I got this. I'm going to do it. I could do it. Let me pull that back up. So it was the best foods for decreasing, I said fluids, best foods for decreasing the risk of dementia. Decreasing risk of dementia. You guys ever spell a word that you haven't spelt in a long time and you're like, oh wow, I really messed that word up. I haven't spelled that in some time, obviously. Decreasing risk of dementia. So, anybody ever have somebody that is suffering from that? Unfortunately, the studies say that if you've got someone that's been diagnosed, by the time you're diagnosed, you're usually, because it's such a slow burner and there's not really a whole lot of signs prior to, if you're diagnosed, you're usually already 85% into the disease. So these are the foods that can help for you to kind of slow down the process. Like I told you guys yesterday, 1 to 2 eggs per week, they were saying decreases your risk of dementia by 50%. Like that's it's not 5%, 50%. I was like, what? Best foods for decreasing risk of dementia. Let me look it up. There we go. You guys, I'm so excited to have seen when I woke up this morning that hurricane went down from a 5 to a 3 when it hit the landfall, but the heavy winds were kind of still off into the water, and then it went to a 1. I was like, thank you, God, for answering prayers. There were so many people praying. I know that from what happened up here in North Carolina, there's so many people praying to make sure that God heard us, for them to not, because I know Florida got pounded already once. So anybody in Florida that may have been affected by this, or even in North Carolina, in the Asheville area, in the western North Carolina, where you really would not think that you're going to get a hurricane, especially torrential downpour, flooding in your house can wash away type of hurricane. Your car washing down the street and you have to stand on the roof of your home because the water is all the way up on 2 stories. Like, and you're on the mountainside. So you're like, how come the water isn't just going down? Why? What's happening? It blew my mind. And I was like, this is crazy. Let's see. So the book that I'm reading, even though it's on audio, I don't know how to get it. Anybody know how to do it with the audio books? How do you see it like in print? This is the audio book that I've been listening to, but it's called The Genius Diet. I think I posted it up on one of my shorts on Facebook, and possibly Facebook, Instagram, YouTube are the 3 that I'm usually doing my thing on. So it's on one of those. I posted the book. There's the Genius Diet, and then the Genius Cookbook. So he's showing you how to cook these meals that are, healthy for your body, and also, what's up, son? And also, thanks, buddy. I'll take it. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. So he does all these things that are helpful to your mind and not getting in that space of dementia or staying away from diabetes and all the things that a lot of other countries don't even think about. But we as a nation, we don't move enough. That's what it is. We don't move enough. And then we have everything at our fingertips. So it makes it very convenient to not have to get up because everything is like remote. Even with our watching our TV, we don't even have to get up to change the channels, and we don't have to get up to change the volume, anything. So it's like, so everything's so convenient. And in our house, we have Alexa systems everywhere. Alexa, cancel. We have those systems everywhere, so we don't even have to run up and down the stairs if we don't want to. We just make announcements for each other or drop in on the rooms. So I'm sure they're listening all the time, because every time I go into every time I go in there, I'm always seeing something that we had spoken about in the house. But it's really nice for us when we're in debates on who's right about something. We'll ask her to fact check for us. So it does become, an integrated part of our lives. But then again, it goes back to what I'm saying about being just like such a lazy nation. So that's why I was bringing home the whole walking method, and it's really that simple. This situation right here, just walking, is literally all it takes to stay in shape, to keep your blood flowing, keep your circulation in your legs, keep the inflammation down, keep the positive vibes and the good chemical release going, so you're in a good clear space in your mind, nice balance and rhythm in your life. And you could just put this, this is not one of those big treadmills. Sorry, I have so many thoughts going through my brain. This is not a big treadmill. It's one of those walking pads. So it's really nice because it goes 3.5, or it goes all the way wherever, but most of them only go to 3.5, and this one goes to 7.5. So you can do a sprint. So I know I'm always talking about it, but it really is so convenient and easy. You can put it in front of your TV. Or what it really was meant for is people with a desk, so you can get work done and still keep walking. But I game. So I was like, how do people do it? I guess if you're just doing data entry, it's different. You could probably do that no problem. But when you're gaming, your character on the screen is moving left and right, so your vision is moving left and right. So it really messes with your mental when you're on the screen moving, but you're trying to still keep your body going straight. So I end up walking up the treadmill a lot. Especially if I'm in a big battle, I'm like, I keep falling off the treadmill. Let's see. For every 10% increase in ultra-processed foods consumed, the risk for Alzheimer's rose 14%. So for every 10% of increase with processed food that people were buying, 14% increase for dementia overall, it increased 25%. So 14 was for Alzheimer's. For that, for every 10% increase of us buying processed foods, the increase of Alzheimer's is 14% and dementia is 25%. And that's probably why they're talking about dementia going to be deemed as type 3 diabetes, because it is so based on your food. So if you guys haven't seen my healthy take on the holiday pie, pumpkin pie, you gotta see that. It's pretty entertaining. I'm trying to take like classic recipes that we love and hold dear to our heart and our stomachs and try and make them healthier for the holidays and not taste so terrible, because at that point it's like, you're not, what's the point if you've been eating it? But I'm trying to tweak it a little bit. So I used coconut flour. I don't know if you guys have ever cooked with coconut flour, but it is definitely not easy. And it crumbles apart a lot. And I added a bunch of junk in there. Not junk. I added a bunch of extra stuff. So I'm not even quite sure what the recipe was in the end. I'd have to go back and watch the video myself. But it actually came out pretty good. All being said, like if you see the video, it's very funny. And I have these, I guess you'd say like costume style cooking aprons. So I'm always, trying to be fun and silly around my house. So the kids never know who they're coming home to. I usually have this is my hair, but I usually have my wigs. I'll have my short wig on, or my long red wig, or a platinum blonde wig. So in my cooking channel, you're going to see more of that fun side of me. Yesterday, you reminded me to buy some eggs. I make great omelets. I also like yolks with toast. Oh, do you do that? Right? Eggs are so good. Sometimes when I was training all the time, though, I did get over the eggs. You know, when you eat something so much, you're just like, I can't. I just need a break because you're like, I don't know, the flavor, I just got over it. But do you do the toast and you take the cup out and like get the bread out of the middle and then drop the egg? Well, you put your toast and the butter in the pan, crack the egg and put it in the center. Is that what you do? Have you seen people do that? I love that. I do that. I try that. But there's also a thing, I think I posted up a little short of me making them. So you take a cupcake pan, right? And then you mix up eggs, whatever you want in it. Like eggs, you could put cheese, mushrooms, olives, whatever the things you want into. It's kind of like making a little mini crustless frittata. And you put them all into the little cupcake things. You bake them. What's up, Dustin? Hey, bud. Talking about my little healthy cheat. It's not frittata, quiche, crustless quiche. I don't know what I said. Frittata. Is frittata it? Yeah, frittata might be what a crustless quiche is. But anyway, you put it into the cupcake pan, and then you bake those. And so you have these cute little, little cupcake size frittatas that have whatever the stuff you like in them. So they're packed with protein and good fats, and they're so delicious and they're so healthy to take on the go. This is through Pinterest. I do Pinterest a lot and like getting some ideas and just seeing like what's the new things out there. So many people are coming up with so many cool things that are more health conscious, which is really nice to see. But I have tried several of them. Some of them were not for me, but you never know till you try. Eggs in a nest. What? You're funny. I'm totally off. We're talking about we were talking about the topic, Dustin, of dementia and like how they're going to start. They're moving towards naming it diabetes type 3. I don't even know if you know anything about dementia, but it's kind of like an Alzheimer's thing. If you don't know about Alzheimer's, it's like, the attack of the mind and forgetfulness, and then you start to kind of lose your motor skills and you start forgetting how to form sentences and even walk. Like, it's crazy. So dementia, they were saying, if you are of a younger generation, or I guess at any point in your life, and you consume 1 to 2 eggs per week, that it can decrease your risk of getting it by 50%. So I just thought that was like so mind-blowing that they've done the last 10 years of study on that from people that have dementia, like loved ones with dementia or Alzheimer's in their genetic pool, like in their history. And then they start doing studies on these younger generations. leading up. So maybe they were 30 and now they're 40 and they've done a study again. So, right? I know. It's so cold outside. I don't like the cold air. I can't want to breathe it in. Ugh. I can't. It's not. And I'm just walking, Dustin. I don't know if you recall that I was supposed to do the stream on my trip away when I went out of the country, but we got zero signal out there. How was I supposed to know? And so I tried to live stream one day, but it was so choppy. I just kept freezing on these really horrible faces. I'm like, I'll just record it and then I'll post it up later. But when I got back, I was so sick. I was sick for like 7-8 days, and I was out, like COVID out, like down for the count. So all the nutrition and all the rest that I took in. So Tuesday was my first day back, my friend, and I'm trying to take it slow. Walking is such a great way to get back into the swing of things. So that's what we be doing, honey. It's when you cut out the middle of bread slices and cook it in a pan. I heard you mention eggs. My bad. And yeah, I do. I went. Let me see. I don't know why it won't show me what like past this little thing. Oh, you went to college for psychology? Okay, yeah. So you know, right. So then you probably know of all the new studies that they're doing for dementia because they didn't know how to diagnose it before. It wasn't Alzheimer's, and they couldn't figure out what to call it. So now they're knowing after they've had 10 years in. But yeah, cool. Okay, so I went to college for child psychology too, and then I did my internship in my senior year, graduation semester, and oh man, that just jacked me up. I just wasn't, I guess, mentally ready to handle what the children were going to be talking about in those therapy sessions. So yeah, I was like not sleeping, not eating. I felt like, what can we do? How can we save these kids? And my big bleeding heart like took me spiraling down. I had no like mind or charisma about anything in life, hearing what these kids were saying. So my counselor at school suggested I switch. And so I just got whatever I had enough credits for, which was marketing. I got a marketing to switch my major at the very end. I had to go a whole nother semester, but I just couldn't. But I did learn so much from it, right? You never know in life, like what your pieces of the puzzle are going to mean in the end. It's almost like blindly putting a puzzle together, not knowing what the big picture is. Oh my God, that's brilliant. That's so brilliant. It's like your life is like putting a puzzle together when you don't know what the end picture is going to look like, and you're just putting and fitting the pieces together, you guys. Y'all just heard that right there. That was genius. This is genius. The reason you went to school for that was the ending of The Notebook, the movie. Dustin, really? I have to know more about this. The Notebook is such a great movie. It's great that it inspired you. That's incredible. So that's how I feel like when I went to school for child psychology. Like, in the end, it wasn't something I felt like I could handle mentally with all the kids. But how was I to know I was going to be like mother hen and taking care of so many children around me in the later part of my life? And that comes in handy so much when these kids have stuff going on at home and they need someone to kind of confide and talk in. So I'm kind of doing that degree anyway, which I'm so blessed and grateful that I went through that so I could have it now. You're great at. Aw, thanks, Bo. Thank you. I feel you do HVAC. Oh, it went behind the little support the stream thing. It's so annoying that happens. I'm sorry. But you do HVAC. That's a really great trait. I actually know someone who just started in that. He literally just started in doing that. So he's like, he has claustrophobia. So he's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even put into retrospect that I'm going to be climbing in crawl spaces. But the money's good there, and that's a good trait to know. It just does. Have I seen the ending? It's been so long. I watched that movie like 3 times. but it was when it first came out. Like, what year was that? I don't even know. But I love that movie. But I'll have to go back and watch it. I'll watch it, and then the next stream, I'll be able to talk more about it. I don't like to put my foot in my mouth if I haven't like got solid facts. I'm even like that with my kids. If they ask me something, I'm like, I don't even pretend to know. If I don't know, I'll just say, I don't know. That's a good question. Let's find out together. We can find that out together. So usually getting on good old Alexa. Don't want to say the name because she's going to go off over there. But yeah, when I was growing up, we didn't have the World Wide Web. So that's dating me for sure. But I didn't have that access. Like if we wanted to find something out, we're going to the library, looking it up, finding a like paper article on microfiche. I don't even know if you know what that is. So it was definitely a whole different ballgame. And I'm such a curiosity cat, a million questions about everything. I want to know the knowledge of life. So imagine when I discovered you can look that stuff up on the internet. Oh my gosh, my brain was just spinning with all the knowledge. I love it. The older lady, when she didn't remember her husband, even though he told the host, oh my gosh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Now I know. Yeah. And that's so sweet. And he's like, I'm not going, she's not going without me. I'm not leaving her side. And then they lay holding hands. I cry every time. That's the bliss. That's like the bliss of like true love. And we all hope that we have that, right? I hope that we can get that at least once in our lifetime. Sorry, the bottom of my shoe getting caught on this little belt. As kids come in here and they play, and I don't mind them running around and running on this. There is like a little program called Pit Pat. So you log into it, it syncs up to this walking pad, and you can jump into different races, like with other people, almost like a video game, but it'll just show like little characters on the pad, and you can race like up a mountain or on a beach, or, you know, it has like all these scenic things. So the kids really like that they can join like a 5K. So they'll get on here. I mean, they'll be like 6-7-year-olds over here at my house, and they'll get on, take turns, they'll tag each other in because it's a 5K. It's kind of a long thing for little legs, but they love to watch their character pass the other character. I'm like, that's a real person. You guys are doing it. You're beating them. Go. It's like a finish line with like confetti, and it's super exciting. But that's what some of these walking pads, they're like really up in their game because they're so convenient. This one slides up under the pool table, but it came with that pit pat thing. So I'm like, oh, for sure. Because it gives them something active to do, and it's fun for them because they get to see, you know, in real time them pushing through and like, you know, challenging themselves, which is really good to have. Reminded me of my great grandma too. My uncle, I thought if you had the time, worst day. Aw, so sorry. That's horrible. Yeah, I know. It's so hard watching the loved ones go through. Like my dad has dementia right now. That's how I got on the whole dementia kick to start with, is trying to learn about what is this disease, because my grandmother had Alzheimer's. My other grandmother on my mom's side has Alzheimer's. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what does that mean for me? And then my dad, he's like my hero and literally the smartest person I know, has 2 master's degrees. I'm like, how in the world can this man have dementia and be forgetting these things? So I'm like doing research and finding out what is causing these situations that doctors know so little about, and they're linking it back to food. I was like, really? This is what's happened. Like the way the connection and the clogging of, I don't know, the receptors, and I don't know. It's a lot of jargon, but it's a really good read when you start diving into it, and it really does make sense. She's in a better place now. Aw, right? Well, good. I'm glad you have that mindset. It's always good to feel and obviously pray positive outcomes in the end. We all want to go to a place, you know, that's much kinder than this world that we're in. And I do believe in that. I feel like in my own personal opinion, I'm Christian, and I feel like, this is our testing grounds of who we're going to be. Are we going to walk his walk, and we're going to walk with him through this world and have faith in him, or are we going to detest him and believe in what they say, a false God or no God at all? And, I feel like this is our testing ground. So for those that aren't good at testing, they better start studying up. All I have to say. But so anyway, with dementia, I was saying that the people that were talking about these were scientists and doctors doing these studies together, working hand in hand, and they were coming up with all the same kind of results about the types of food that we're eating now and how that has a play in dementia, and how every dementia is not created equally. So what someone in your family might have it's not like Alzheimer's where there's a set stage that you're going through. Like these are the set stages and that's that. It's like everybody has their own journey with it, and it depends on the type of food, the amount of that food, and how it played a role in their daily life, like throughout all their years. So they said you can even get diagnosed with it as early as like in your 50s. What was it? Oh my gosh. So I got that book, and it's called The Genius Diet. And I'm going to, for every bit that I take in and read about, I'm going to be on here sharing that with you guys. Like the egg thing, the 1 to 2 eggs a week, lessening your chance by 50% is huge. I thought that was huge knowledge to share. It's a Buddhist, but I believe the way you have. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's an okay. Hey, I believe. Yeah, that's right. I believe, or if you've done something really horrible in this current life, you better be careful how you're gonna come back the next life. Yeah, exactly. From her window the day she passed. What's from her window the day she passed? I didn't see. Oh, the rainbow. Right? That was like the sign of, hey, I'm good. Just letting you know, like some people say, like, what do you call it? The spirit animal, like a bird will come and visit, or, whatever their favorite bird or their favorite flower bloomed outside their window, or whatever is the sign, like, hey, I'm good. I'm letting you know from where I am to where you are. I totally believe in all of that, for sure. I mean, I feel like we're so clogged off and barred off in our lives, and like we can't even begin to process what is the true existence, right? I know it's like getting super deep, but like we can't even begin to process like what's the true existence of our lives and around us. And some people that are able to like see and talk to people that aren't here, or being in touch with the spirit realm, or that kind of thing. Like I feel like our minds can't even comprehend things to that level. So it's easier for us to stay walled up and boxed in our own mind of, well, this is certain and it's in front of me, so I'm going to stick with this and not even think about anything else because it's too much for the mind. So I don't know if you've ever seen any of those shows about the theory of different dimensions all happening at the same time. I just felt like it's so wild. There's actually a show. Oh, I talked about this before in my outside streams over the summer. What show was it we were talking about? Like, it was like the black box, or the box, something where it's all about that. It's all about like the theory of the dimensions, different dimensions happening. Like the same, it's not a different timeline. It's the same timeline, but just in a whole different dimension, all encompassing around like an infinite number of dimensions across this type of world with an infinite number of scenarios all happening at the same time. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm 6'2", 270, too big, but what do you think? Small portions. So you're what, 6'2", 270? Oh, that's not terrible. That's pretty good. So you've tried keto? It scares you. Have you tried keto before, you said? It sounds like you did the bread thing. You guys, there's keto hamburger buns now and hot dog buns. Like, I was like, how's that work? So I actually looked at the ingredients. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'll have to watch that. I'm into that type of show. Oh my gosh, I'll have to figure out what it is and then tell you what the next. Let me see if I can look it up. It's like a dimensional show talking about different dimensions at the same time. TV shows, something about a box. The guy builds a box and he like is a scientist and goes in. TV show about different dimensions. It's really hard to type on here, you guys, and dimensions. Okay, let me see what pulls up. I'm trying to pull up like, what was that, quantum leap, or what was it back in the day? It was quantum leap, or oh my gosh, what was that we were talking about the one time? What's this? Live long and prosper. What is that? Oh my gosh, my brain. Star Trek, right? That's probably what it's going to be talking about. It's none of these. I don't know how to type it in and know. Like, dark matter. That's it. It's dark matter. So, dark matter, I don't know. Let me see what network it's on. It's called Dark Matter. I don't know how to see where it's. I think we watched it on Netflix, but it could have also been on right here. Where to see Dark Matter? Will there be a season 4? It's so freaking good. I think you really would like it. I don't know. I can't see where it is, but Dark Matter, and it really is like such a wild concept. I mean, it is fantasy too because he like builds this. Well, I'm not gonna tell you if you're gonna go watch it, but he builds this box thing. Yeah. I'll let you watch it, and then you can come back. Hey, I did my Star Trek. I don't know if you were in that chat before I left on vacation. The chat about when we were working out, and somebody told me how wonderful Star Trek was and made me go watch an episode. No, I haven't. When I was in shape in high school, I carbed. I know, right? That old school carb up. Yeah, now I don't work out except at work. I feel like I do. So if you go, that's what I was trying to say about this. Like, you could be in any status, as simple as walking on a walking pad or walking outside. I don't know if it's like super cold in your area. Even if you just started out walking to the closest something and back again, and you did that like 2 times a day, like to the end of your, I don't know, driveway or street or whatever, and back again. Little tiny goals. That's what gets you, Dustin. That's what will be successful. Not like, okay, I need to run 3 miles today. No. That's not how you start. You start off by doing this. Super simple. Just moving your body, putting it, if you don't have something like this at your house, which these are on, like you can get one of these walking pads now for like $150. I don't know your financial scenario, but that's not a lot. If you look at treadmills, like they're very expensive and they're very bulky, but the walking pads are all you need to start. Put it in front of TV. Before you know it, you've walked 30 minutes and you don't even realize, but now you've reduced your inflammation, you got your circulation, you start dropping inches before you know it, and you really didn't do anything but stay on a steady routine. You have to stay at a steady pace, but also don't forget to, like, you'll see me pushing this up and then going back down. It's called oh my God, it's called metabolic manipulation. So you want to if you keep it constant, your body's so smart, it'll just adapt in real time. So you want to constantly manipulate that. So when you are, even if you're going like a slower pace, and then you just every few minutes, because there's a huge clock down below, which I love, because you can do intervals. And for older people like us, I don't say older, I'm still young in my own right, but your vision does start like little tiny things. I'm like, oh, I cannot see that far. But it has a huge clock down below, so you can be like, okay, I'm going to do this speed right here. I'm going to do this for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to up it up after 30 seconds. I'm going to hit it up to like three more clicks like this. Just do that, like just throughout whenever you're feeling like, okay, I can do a little more than this. You'll be surprised about, since you especially, because if you studies show, if you worked out when you were a kid, like you did sports or training or any kind of athletic activity like that, that you are going to be more apt, because your muscle memory, to get back in the swing of things a lot quicker than you think. So don't discredit all the work you put in when you were in high school or grade school or whatever that is. There's a huge difference in my 240 in middle school and my 15 years later 270. Oh yeah, well, now you're probably replacing muscle and fat. So I mean, I'm not saying you're fat, but I'm just saying in the latter years, once you hit 40, it is clinically proven that your metabolism goes, like, metabolism goes down, like everything starts to change and everything starts to feel a lot different when you're in even like a sprain or something you might injure yourself. The recovery time is a lot different. So I think just starting simple like this, that's why I named it the title Walking for Wellness, because Lord Jesus alive, there are so many people I know, because I've got clients, and there are so many people that are suffering from diabetes and inflammation and arthritis and sciatica in their hips and all of these things that have to do with circulation issues and cramping, because you're not moving your body. There's no blood flow. There's no oxygen going through your blood streams. There's no nutrients being delivered to the parts of your body that need the aid. So instead of doing what our body wants to do naturally, which is work it out, get that blood flow and that oxygen so it can heal our bodies on its own, instead we're pill popping and taking the medications instead of fixing a Band-Aid, or if anything, you might be damaging more in your organs and things like that. If you just have you were born with a chemical imbalance and you need to have that, that's different. Yeah, I knew you meant huge. Although I love hugs, so I like that you typed hug too. But as a society, and you take those pills to get better instead of just a simple walk. You think the walk is not the answer, but the walk is the answer. The walk really is. It's that simple. And if you can't walk, if you're for some reason like have injury or your hips aren't right or whatever the situation, you can sit down and use those little there's paddles that you can push right and left, which are great. And then there's also the little stationary bikes that you can use. And even if you don't have any of that, those bands that I'm constantly promoting, these things that are $8 for a full pack, you can put them around your legs and work your legs out. Anything that will stimulate the blood flow and get that to the ailment so your body can heal itself. You nailed it. I'm not jiggly, but I don't have any definition, and that's aggravating. Yeah, you will be surprised about how much this. I don't know if you have any like situations with shoulders or joints or any kind of dislocations or like push-ups, I guess is what I'm getting at, or any spine issues that would inhibit you from doing sit-ups. Because the last month's challenge, the 60 stack, remember, 60 push-ups, 60 squats, and 60 sit-ups a day, you'll get definition like you haven't seen in a long time just from simple stuff. And you don't have to do it all at once. You can wake up and do 10 of each of those things in the middle of your day, go into like outside of the work or wherever you are for work, go get 10 in the stairwell, and and so on until you hit your 60 for the day. And I'm telling you, your body will change so quick with the blink of an eye without you even feeling like you really overexerted yourself in any kind of way. A lot of people are so tired when they get home from work, but breaking it up like that is, even if you're sitting in the kitchen waiting for something to heat up or whatever, plop down, get 10 in, get your 10 push-ups, make a little bit of time. Like, you know what, I'm here, I might as well. Even if you can't do 10, just do 5 and mark that off until you reach your 60 for the day. So, eugenics thermo without testosterone, and it helped, but I can't ever find time to work out. Yes, I always keep that. Yeah, well, I'm telling you, this takes a little bit, especially like this has been a game changer. I was like, I don't see myself using that in the house, but once I got it in here, not only am I using it, but the kids are using it. Like I said, with all the little game challenges on here for like 5Ks and 10Ks that they can do. And they race against literal other people that have this machine. And it's called Pit Pat is the little app for it. But I mean, just having it available, like I keep these bands all over the place. Just like if I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? I didn't get my workout in. Let me do some strength training, and I'll just like start using the band while I'm sitting there watching, a show or watching something on YouTube or a podcast or whatever. Then I'll just keep them around because if it's there, right, you're more apt to use it rather than having to either get in your car and go there and use equipment and fight other people that are trying to do it or be self-conscious and insecure about it. You just can have it in your house, do these simple things, and it keeps your body working for you. I'm the only person I know that doesn't take any medications, and all I take is vitamins. So, other than, like my children. And I don't think that my husband doesn't take it either. We just do vitamins and trying to live a healthy life, and let your body heal for you. And the way that happens is just by moving simple like this. Just like get up on the treadmill and start walking. I know you've seen me do these crazy workouts before in the HIIT training, which I love because I like that mental burst. Like just like get in there and grind it out and just let it all out. But even just simple walking clears your mind. It gets all that blood flow. Then you start having less aches in your back and your knees. Like your arthritis starts going away because the inflammation is going down. So start losing inches. Your clothes start fitting better. Start losing that fat around the muscles. As is this that is 80% deteriorated. Oh, right. Yeah, I think sciatica was my worst nightmare. Oh, no, I know that is the worst. But how about stretching? Do you do that? Do you stretch, Dustin? Because stretching is huge, and that will also keep your back limber and keep you out of injury zone. I'm very big on the stretching part because it feels, not only does it just feel good, but it keeps you from getting in injury space no matter what you're doing in your life's journey. Being in a limber space is always going to be good for you. Like, even if you're in sports, I mean, everything you're doing, a lot of people, okay, I might have cut that one a little too short. That's how strong I am, Dustin. You saw that right there. Let's see if this will happen again. A lot of people have, they do a lot of workouts, but they don't stretch, and then they end up injuring themselves. Yes, I think, yeah. So don't feel bad about that. Not many people do. I mean, a vast majority of people do not stretch. Even if they're like busting out a big workout at the gym, I've never seen anyone take the time to stretch afterwards. They just leave. Not the saying that they don't stretch, but, and I was faulty for it too. When I was younger, I didn't always stretch. I would just get through my workout, go, and like on to the next thing. But now that I'm older, I'm definitely like, oof, I do not want to be sitting out for the next 3 weeks for my body to heal from this injury because I didn't stretch. Like, it's the worst. And I'm not someone who can like sit down for very long. I'm going up to 3.0. I'm not someone who could just sit there and like let my body heal and be patient with it. Now, when I was sick, that was different. So I was like, I'm going to die. I have to let my body heal. And the thing about when you get like a real bad illness, letting your body rest is so important because you can't give it any other tasks to do other than taking care of the most immediate need, which is healing your body and fighting off all the bad army that's in there. But I definitely feel like those yoga rope things I've done like some shorts on in the past. It's a yoga rope. I have a link. I'm gonna do it today. I said I was gonna do it yesterday, and I like to keep my word, but I am gonna do it today. I'm gonna go and put the links to all these things I'm always talking about on here that keep me in good shape. What's up, Devsky? Hi. Welcome back. So I'm going to put the link up there because the yoga strap is really good. If you can lay, if you're able to get on the floor and get back up again, no problem. Or you can even do this on the bed, as long as you have enough room to swing your legs. So the yoga rope has these loops in it. You take your foot, and they're pretty big size loops. So no matter what your foot size is, you can fit in. L4 and L5 are bulging. 2 flat pads in between. Had sciatic all the way down the left leg. 2016. July. Oh, right. Oh, wow. And did you do it? It went behind the doctors wanted me to, but you rehabilitated yourself, right? I have to go. Or just testing me in a different job site. All right, Dustin. Hey, keep that form. Do some stretches. Bend over, touch your toes in between. Thank you, my love. Have a good day, Dustin. I hope to see you on the next stream, which will be on Monday. Be careful at work. Bo, did you, bye. Bo, did you, it went behind now. I can't read the rest. Did you rehabilitate yourself when you had to go through that? I was supposed to do the C4 surgery, but I didn't because I'm like, you know what? I can heal this on my own with the ice, stretching, so much stretching, ice, and rest for this back. I was putting the big barbell on my back and squatting with all that weight on my spine. And I saw a lot of people when I was competing that were going through the surgery. And I was like, I'm not someone who has to live the thing to learn the lesson. I see other people do it and I'm learning the lesson. So yeah. Oh, bye, bud. Bye, Dustin. But be sure to check it out next week. I better see you back here. And maybe you have watched the episode of Dark Matter. Dark Matter. Don't forget Dark Matter. Yeah, so I rehabilitated. I obviously stopped using the bar across my back. Your body is so smart. I mean, it really will heal itself if you give it the proper tools that it needs to do so, like, vitamins, nutrition, water, apple cider vinegar. You guys hear me preach about that all the time. I even read a study on drinking like a little shot glass of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Also helps inflammation and brain stimulation. And coconut oil. Like I started putting coconut oil. It's also known as MCT. Not anything to do with like the marijuana stuff. MCT is like it's a branch amino acid, but it's a oil that's like a fatty oil. So I do it in my coffee on the days that I'm going to be fasting. So it really helps, it's so many great inflammation, good for your brain, good for your joints. So it made me join the VA, which was a good thing. Oh yeah, I'm sure I was howling in pain. I did for a while, then I stopped. What's that? Make me take. What is that? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that before. And because that's the thing, is some of those drugs that they want to put you on end up killing your liver or having some type of issue with your pancreas or the organs that you really need to survive. And then you got to take this other thing because this other thing is giving you high blood pressure. So it's kind of like, okay, you guys, to get off that. Okay, so the client that I had, she had type 2 diabetes. She has like inflammation, arthritis, all this stuff. She was taking all these medications, heart medication, high blood pressure medication, like every kind of medication. Then the stuff for aches and joints and for epileptic seizures, but you don't have that. That's a medicine for swelling, I believe. Epileptic seizures, do you have an issue with that? No, I'm going to read about that because I don't like not knowing. I like to find out information. But she was taking all these things, and just from she started out with me we would walk. We did a simple walk, and then I would do some light bands with her. We only did 30 minutes, and that included a little tiny walk, 10 minutes, and then some band work, maybe 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes of stretching. And I tell you, she got off so much of that medication, was feeling the best. She started being able to do squats, which she hasn't done in. She has the gout, so she had her knee issues and everything you can think of. 15 different types of pills, and we got her off of that in her body, and she was 60. It's the proof is in the pudding. You cannot detest what you see with your own eyes. It's in our makeup. It's how our bodies are meant to be, and it's simple to do if you just start with the simple stuff like this. I'm telling you, I promise you, I wouldn't steer you wrong. Said it helps with sciatica, probably from the inflammation, I'm guessing. They wanted me to take 1 in the morning, 1 at noon, 1 in the evening. Holy crap, 3 times a day. I'm gonna make something. I'll be back if you're here. All right, Devsky, what's up? Hey, you got some eggs? What are you gonna go make? You should make the what is it, Bo? You said the toast with a cracked egg in the middle. Get your protein in, my dude. Get that protein in. 1 to 2 eggs a week, y'all. 50% less to get dementia. Nobody wants to be dealing with that. I told my kids, I'm like, y'all, please. I do not. Just don't make me feel bad about it if I forget everybody. Just let me, like my dad. I'm just like, he might have told a story, and he told that one 5 minutes ago, or he might ask me the same thing over, but I answer it just the same every time because I don't want to scare him or make him feel any type of way because he can't control that he has dementia. What's up? What's up? But to know, you guys, that you can control that with just what you're putting in your mouth is, for me, I feel like it's pretty exciting. Like when my grandmother had Alzheimer's, it was never like, oh, well, you could stop that if you just start eating this thing throughout your life. When I was 11 years old, I would be like, oh, I'm eating that with every meal. Like, I do not. Oh my gosh. It got to the point where she wasn't even able to make sentences anymore. She would just clap, and it was heartbreaking. And I watched my dad go through it. It was his mom and my mom go through it with her mom. So now that my dad's going through this dementia, but they didn't have anything, any knowledge on it, I was like, what the actual crap? You're actually thinking of what? Oh no, it went behind this thing. I can't see it on my screen. Repost it, Devsky. I want to see what you're making. I want to see what's on there. I did it. I got 3 morning, 3 noon, 3 evening, and after a couple of days, I told myself no more. 3 in the morning, afternoon. Oh my gosh, you were taking 9 a day, Bo. Were you having any other issues with your liver and I don't know, going to the bathroom, or maybe your maybe blood pressure went up? I don't know. Was there once you introduced that super toxic chemical to your body, were you having any other issues? We wanted to up the doses? What? Oh my gosh, Devsky, you're killing me. I just came off, you guys are going to be so proud. I just came off a 3-day cleanse. So last meal I ate was Monday, and I'm like, I need to get my body right. I'm still not over the cold. I told y'all I was at 85%, right, on Tuesday. So I didn't eat Tuesday and Wednesday, and I let my body work for me. I feel like I could go run a marathon now. The power of fasting is so incredible. I can't even. There's so many studies on that it will blow your mind about if you take out all the elements that keep your body from doing anything other than curing what you've got going on inside of it, what it can actually do. I know it sounds crazy and it's really hard to do, especially when you have a house full of kids like me, all the yummy stuff around me. But dude, Devsky, chicken pad thai is my weakness. What are you talking about? You can't be mentioning that on here. Today I broke my fast for the first time. And it was no chicken pad thai, because you don't want to do that, right? When your gut and your biodome is fresh and new, and it's just a little baby's biodome in there. You throw that spicy chicken pad thai, honey, please. I would not be able to be walking on this treadmill right now. I'd be in the bathroom and be screaming at y'all from the, I promise I'll be back. 10 more minutes. Okay, maybe that was a little too graphic. But it's true. When you're breaking a fast like that, you got to do it easy. So what I did, what's a good fast breaker is, it's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you. Yeah, that's why you stopped. Good, Bo. Way to listen to your body and your mental and your gut saying, don't do that. It's not good for you. Your body can heal itself. But my pad thai was without noodles or chicken or anything to break the fast. Was chicken bone broth, not chicken stock. There's a difference. I've seen some of you guys hit me up and show me what you bought. That's not it. Not chicken broth. It has to be chicken bone broth, or it'll say bone stock. So it's the stuff that actually makes you feel better when you're eating chicken soup. It's because it's cooked with the chicken, with the bones in it, because it's all the nutrition from the bone matter. I know it sounds disgusting, but that's the part that heals you. Those are the healing properties. But you can buy just the chicken bone broth. So if you're coming off the fast, or if you're sick, you buy them. They come in boxes or jars or wherever you get, your grocery. But you try to get cage-free chickens that aren't pumped up with like all the antibodies, so you're not like a man and then you start growing some weird things because you've just been digesting all these antibodies. But you put the bone broth in, right, into the pot. I like to cut up chives, so I'll put chives and some garlic, a little bit of garlic, because your body is, it's fresh in there. You don't want to put too much. So I put the chives, garlic, and then I take an egg once the water's boiling, once the bone broth is boiling. Then I take 2 eggs and I crack it and let the egg whites go, all swirled in. Almost, you've probably seen it at like Asian restaurants. They'll come out with the egg drop soup. That's the same concept. So then you're getting the protein, you're getting all the nutrition from the eggs, you're getting all the nutrition from the bones of the chicken. So for those of you that are, obviously vegetarians, you might not do it because it's a bone broth thing, but I tell you, so many vegetarians I know they're anemic because they don't have the essential things that you can only get from meat. You can't get it any other way. You can only have to get it from meat. So they end up having a lot of different symptoms that they have to go through in life because they're not eating. Yes, bone marrow is really good for you. Exactly. So that's what I was saying about eggs. Even if you took an egg and put it into your chicken, because it's different than just eating the chicken meat or even the bone matter from the bone broth. The egg has its own set of nutrition. That's why they came out with that study that they've been working on for the last 10 years about the dementia thing. 1 to 2 eggs per week, that's it, the whole week, just 2, will help you lessen your risk of getting dementia by 50%. 50%, like that number is so huge. Just from the eggs, and you've got to think, like, if these eggs are so powerful with what's inside of them, they have to be something so great to keep in your diet if you can. So a lot of people don't like the taste of eggs. I think my kids will put ketchup on them. So country. But they put ketchup on their eggs. I used to do that too, so I'm not gonna. When I was a kid, I didn't like it, and I knew they were good for us. But yeah, so even if you have to put it with cheese, bacon on top, if you don't have high cholesterol, of course. But there's so many ways to eat the egg or just get it in. Like with your chicken pad thai, you could crack an egg over the top, cook it up, stir it up in there. You won't even know because it'll have all the flavors of what your chicken pad thai is. And see, then you added a healthy benefit to it, and you still get to enjoy the heartiness and the yumminess of the chicken pad thai that you had to talk about on my day of barely eating anything that's like that. But yeah, so I had a big bowl of the soup that I just told you about. That's how I broke my fast today. And a little bit of Greek yogurt, like a tiny, tiny bit, because I was so full when you haven't had anything in your stomach. But it's amazing. You guys, I'm telling you right now, if you've never fasted, not only the physical and the mental benefits, I'm talking about like people with ADHD, like me, like clarity, your just fatigue goes away, your memory enhances, your energy enhances, your body obviously is changing and feeling different. Inflammation, things that used to bother you, like my knees going up and down the stairs from all sport injuries. That goes away. Like, I'm telling you, I couldn't even sleep past 6 hours because I was like, what, like ready to get up and do stuff, like motivation. And you know, I told you guys on Tuesday, I was at like at 80%. But that first day, because that was the first day of, you know, getting back at working out, had been sick for all those days. And once I started getting back into workout, I was also starting to do the fast. So it's hard that first 24 hours. If you could just make it through that first 24 hours, that's, you gotta hopefully, thanks, Stefsky. That's so sweet. You're sweet. Thank you. I always love to see you when you're in here. Enjoy your meal, my dude. Enjoy your meal. Enjoy it for me. Just like, you know, I'm going to live vicariously through all your bites. I love chicken pad thai. It's my favorite. Except when I go in, I go in hard. It's 5-star Thai hot. Okay, maybe not 5-star. 4-star Thai hot for sure. Like, I like it spicy, spicy, spicy. And it's so funny because being Cherokee Indian, people think that because of how I eat, I'm Indian. So I'm like, no. I'm different type of Indian. Cherokee Indians were with the feathers and not the dots. But that's kind of the only like physical descriptive way. Most people think, first of all, I'm Latina. That's what they think, but I'm not. I'm learning to speak un poquito español, but that's about it. Not in a big way. But hopefully I'll be here. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to do like a 60 to 90 minute. I'm trying not to overdo it, which is hard for me because I'm always like trying to push the envelope. But when it comes to my health, I don't like being out of the count like I was when I got back from vacation, y'all. I was like, I want to be on to like keep the routine and keep the flow going, but I just couldn't even. So I feel so good to be back at it. But I'm telling you, if you try, we got to get past that whole thing of like, you have to eat, like you need to eat. I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, like all bones and like just skin on, like you have nothing else that you can lose. That's a different scenario. I wouldn't obviously suggest a 3-day fast, but I wouldn't suggest a 3-day fast anyway, if you haven't done fasting ever before in your life. But a 24-hour fast is such a great starting point. And if you look up on your phone or computer or whatever you're on right now, benefits of a 24-hour fast, just type that in. You're going to be mind blown. And then you put benefits of a 48-hour fast and then benefits of a 72-hour fast. Some people fast for the month and they only eat like the bone broth I was telling you, and they drink like non-caffeinated teas and stuff like that. It's intense. I've never done anything like that, but I know there's an actor who did it, and he did what was it, 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, yeah. So he did 40 days and 40 nights of a full-on fast, which was drinking water. You can drink tea, like nothing in it. You can drink water, tea. I don't think he was doing caffeine, so it was like the herbal teas, water, and the bone broth. He was drinking bone broth, and that was it. And he lost something like 65 pounds in the 40 days. I mean, I'm not saying that he's kept it off because he took all that. Like, that's a very hard thing to do. But he said his mental clarity, he was doing it for a role. This was an actor. I have to think of what his name was. Here, I'll look it up, because he did this whole thing about how he learned about how much we're in our head about, like, if you can look down at your body and you see that you're carrying a lot of weight on your body, there's no realm in your mind where you could say, my body doesn't have anything to feed off of, right? So if you can look down and you have fat on your body, you're like, my body has plenty to feed off of. The whole concept of the fast is let your body feed on the fuel you've already given it and let it get rid of that fuel so it can unclog your mind, unclog your arteries, unclog the fat around your organs, unclog the inflammation. It's like a full body detox. So this actor who was doing this, let me type it in, actor in the 40-day cleanse. So he was doing the 40-day fast, and he was like, I couldn't believe you think that if you don't eat the food and you're going to be so tired and lethargic. He's like, I could not believe how much energy I had, how much clarity I had, how my memory came back, how all my inflammation in the joints and everything that I had going on was gone, like literally miraculously gone. It was like, I mean, just his true testimony. And you'll hear that about anybody who speaks up on their fasting journey. Got shredded for Cape Fear. Oh, yeah, right? I know. It's like a true thing of like, it's a true testament when you see people going through it and then you actually try it yourself. So that 24-hour fast, not only do you feel like, I don't know, empowered that you overcame like your ability to want to emotional eat and like eating if you had a stressful day, or eating if you're going through something sad, or just eating for that self gratification and that instant gratification of like, this makes me feel good, I love this taste, I'm going to eat it. But at the end of the day, if it's hurting your body and you're in bad status, you're taking blood pressure pills, and you're taking this kind of medication, or you're borderline diabetic, or you're already diabetic, you can reverse that by just doing the fast. I've had my own clients that have finally like talked into after like a year of working with them, and they're like, why is this weight and I'm not budging? I feel stronger and I feel good, like feel like I'm strong, but I'm not. And I said, because 80%, you're not listening. 80% is what you put in your mouth. So you're leaving these like crazy workouts we're doing in here, these great workouts, and then you're going and ruining it. So once I got them over, like, all right, fine, because I said, just give me 5 days. So I did. I put them on intermittent fasting. So they were just eating 3 meals and then each day, and then 2 meals the second day, and then 2 meals with a snack the third day, 2 meals on the fourth day, 1 meal on the fifth day, and then no meals on the 6th day. And then the 7th day, I let them have a cheat. That's how I got them. And by God, if both of them, there was 2 in the same family together that I was training, and they both got on the scale, and one had lost 12 and the other one had lost 14 pounds in that day, and they hadn't seen the needle move like that in years, all because of just changing. And they're already working out with me 4 times a week. So I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You can like preach it till your lips fall out, but until you try it yourself and see it working, you really won't know the beauty and the benefit and how amazing you feel. Not just how you look in your physical, but your mental. I'm talking about mental balancing. I'm talking about the serotonin balancing. I'm talking about the insulin in your body balances. I'm talking about so many things greater than just how you look in your jeans or in your type T. I'm talking about all of the benefits that it brings to your mood stability, your mood swings, your happiness, your health overall. That's the key. That's the key in life. Because no matter what physical shape God gave you, even if you're in your best shape of your life, it doesn't mean you're going to be a tiny little toothpick, or you can have big curves and still be in great shape. But it's about your mental. It's about what kind of thing you're doing to put your body in that state that it's working properly for you. All the chemicals are balanced in your blood and your oxygen running through your veins, taking care of all your ailments, releasing all that good energy, releasing all those good chemicals that feed your mind, that keep you balanced and stable and happy and clear-minded. Especially, you guys know, if you've done any kind of training in your life, you know, if you are having a bad day or you got something going on and you freaking lay it out, you put it all on the floor when you're getting your workout in, it's like you're a different person. Whether you had road rage, your boss pissed you off, like somebody made you mad, go on social media at any given time, somebody's arguing about something, like in politics or whatever has fueled you, if you just give your body, put it out, push your body enough to where your heart rate goes up and it releases that serotonin and it gets you in that good state of mind. It's really rare to see someone in a bad mood when they're leaving the gym. Just saying. Or you're getting done with your workout. You just take that time to yourself and let your body do the work for you. After that, lost major weight on fasting diet. Wait, I don't even like to use that word diet because diet is such a fad word, right? I feel like diet is such a, people talk about diets, they're like Jenny Craig. And if Jenny Craig works for you, that's great. But I feel like the word diet holds such a harsh condensation of like, I don't know, something that's a fad, like comes in and out. This is the diet of the time. I like to call it a lifestyle change. Yes, right? You always feel better after you worked out, right, Bill? Like, who doesn't? Like, I don't know anybody that's like, I went and had like a really good workout in the gym and now I'm super mad. Like, you know, it just doesn't work like that. I just lost major weight on fasting. Let me see. Comedian Kevin James, could that be it? Let me have a picture. I'm good with faces. That's it, as his name. Kevin James. I don't know if you remember him, but he was always like, you know, a bigger guy. I wouldn't say he was like super obese, but he was a bigger guy. And a lot of comedians make their acting on their physical appearance like that because, you know, it gives them something to focus on. A lot of times they're just making fun of themselves before someone else can kind of thing to get through. But I definitely think that he's a true testament to the whole fasting thing. But he's talking about it like a way of life. Like most of these people who go on these fasts, sometimes people take it a little too far, and then I don't know if they're fasting or it's, I don't want to say an eating disorder because it's tricky, right? It's like, okay, if you're doing this thing, right, that makes you feel so good and so energized and so clear-minded and so focused and so on top of your game, it makes you feel that way, but it's also can be classified as something that can turn into something that's horrific. Some people suffer really bad from it. It's a really hard balance. What it all comes back down to is balancing. Like I can't even think about doing it past maybe 5 days would be my most. So when he did, but of course I also, you know, my body, I don't have so much. You don't want to start losing. You've lost all your weight, like fat that you can have, that you can lose. Your body's going to hold on to some fat to protect itself, but you lost all your fat and then it starts eating your muscle at that point, which you don't want. So that's why the bone broth comes into play, feeding your muscles back that protein. But 5 days is the longest I've ever done. And that was, you know, I felt like, okay, I'm good to go. But you can't also just jump right back into what you were eating prior to if it wasn't very good or if it was spicy. It will tear your stomach up because your whole body on the inside is like a fresh new baby. It's like a whole new ecosystem in there, fresh and vibrant and alive and full of luster and wonderfulness. So you don't want to throw like those monkey wrenches in to turn it back down south because you will never leave the bathroom. I'm just telling you right now from experience. Learn from my mistakes as I learn from others. But let's see, there's Jesse Plemons. He's also an actor who went through, he's in a lot of stuff. Who's the guy who played, is it Thor? What's that guy's name? He has a brother too. He was doing fasting, but not to the level I'm talking about with Kevin James. Kevin James is the one who did the 40-day. He did that 40-day fast. But there's so many. Jonah, what's his name? Jonah. I can't remember what. He did it. He did the fasting thing. Jonah Hill. Boom. Thank you, Internet. Jonah Hill. He lost all that weight through fasting. See, people don't know, like, what's the celebrity diet? They're just stop eating all the trash and the junk. And they literally go down to, hey, let my body take care of all this stuff I already gave it food. Let it eat it up. And, you know, your mind is like, what? I did that. I'm telling you, it's like a whole nother level of things. It really is. But just for like people that suffer from ADHD, instead of being on the medication, fasting really does help keep your clarity, and then just staying on a nice tight schedule without all that packing in all that refined food. Here's another guy, James Corden. You guys know who that is? He's also another guy. So most of these celebrities, if you see them do a huge weight loss transformation, well, I'm talking pre-shot. What's the shot? That shot that people, they were like testing the Kardashians, saying that they were taking it, which none of them were ever really big to start with. But, oh my gosh, what is that shot? You guys know what I'm talking about. The weight loss shot. Anyway, I'm talking about pre-weight loss shot. So like a year or so ago, people that were losing a bunch of weight were doing it from fasting. Unless maybe they were lying and then they did the shot and they're saying they did it on fasting. But you can tell by the way they're talking about something and their experiences with it, whether or not you feel like it is actually true or not. So I think that, what's the guy who played with Roseanne Barr? He was on, what was that show? It was Roseanne Barr and him. They were like, it was a married couple, and oh my gosh, my mind does not always think about all the things. He did it. I thought he got sick, and he didn't. I thought he was getting sick because he had lost so much of that weight, and he had carried that weight for so long. So when you carry the weight for a long time like that, and sorry, my thing went away. No. When you carry the weight for a long time like that, your skin will take a little bit to go back. So even though it's not like bouncing back the elasticity right away. John Goodman, yes, Bill, thank you. Yes, that too. But people thought he got sick, but really it's just because he had lost all the weight and his skin was not retaliating quick enough. Because if you lose weight quickly, right, that's what happens. Your skin's elasticity doesn't have, especially if you're older, your skin's elasticity doesn't go at the same pace. So if you've been bigger for a long time and then you lose weight really quickly, your skin stays stretched out for a while. But if you keep giving it that nutrition and keep doing what you're doing to build collagen, like walking on a treadmill, walking outside, doing some jogs, or whatever these like 4-minute workouts that I do, the Tabata workouts on my channel. YouTube channel, Cara Christensen TV. I got some quickie workouts that will get you there. Only 4 minutes, only 6 minutes, but it'll take you into that realm where you're boosting up metabolism, getting the inflammation gone, getting the circulation going for all the inflammation going on in your body and healing your body up and all the things that you need to have, good health, getting your cholesterol down and in check, getting your metabolism revving for you, getting the elasticity in your skin, especially ladies like me who have several kids, or even if you only have one kid, your body stretches out and it's got to come back. And the way to get it back in is by exercise. It's literally the only way, other than surgery, of course. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not someone to go down that road. But if I had to, I probably would, just to get it off so I wouldn't feel so self-conscious about it all the time. I'm sure you've seen on like Big Loser, or is that the name of the show? Where the weight loss show where they would take people and put them through the rigorous exercise program. And then they would lose all this weight, but they would have all the extra loose skin. People that go through bypass surgery and they lose a bunch of weight and then they have all that loose skin because they've been big for so long. It will eventually start tightening up with the more exercise you keep doing. But a lot of times people are getting these, what's up? What's up, Antonio? No, I don't. I know. You're not the only person that asked me, but now I know what OF stands for. But no, I don't. Just here, just me. I don't go down that road. But thank you for coming to my stream. I appreciate you. I hope that you find something positive out of this stream, even though, I'm fully clothed. not like OF. But yeah, I feel like sometimes you got to give your body time for the elasticity to come back. It will eventually, but a lot of times people get these surgeries like gastric bypass or the stapling or whatever, they lose all the weight and they don't take up like a workout regime. So now you got all that extra skin and you're not doing anything for your body to be able to take it. So the only way at that point, if you're not going to work out after having that type of surgery to lose the weight, or going through most people that are going through liposuction, they end up getting like the tummy tuck and all the stuff too. But if you're going through the stapling and the bypass of the rubber band of the stomach, so you eat less, literally that's all that surgery does, is so you eat less. It shrinks your stomach back down. But if you don't start working out, there's nothing to give your body the collagen it needs to bring the skin back. So you kind of, it's called the apron. So it's just kind of like an apron of skin that you have to tuck down in to your pants. Otherwise it will just flap over like an apron. So, and that's not cool. Think of something. Staying on business, girl. Hey, what's up? Thank you. Appreciate the love. What's up? What's up? I appreciate that. Think of something. I like that. I'm always thinking of something. And I'm telling my kids, oh, you're bored? You don't have anything to do? In this house full of stuff to do? Think of something. You got a creative brain. I was never bored as a kid. I could have 2 sticks and a rock and be like, I got the coolest game, you guys. Guess what we're going to play? And just make it up on the spot. I know not everybody's like that, but when you are someone like that and you're raising children, you want to teach them to use their brain and think of something. So I like that name. Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm almost coming to the end. I usually do 60 to 90 minutes on my stream. Sometimes I'll go a little bit past that, which I think I am doing today. Yeah, I'm like right at 90 minutes. But I'm here Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. So I do hope to see you next week here on the stream. We just talk everything health, fitness. You know, we kind of go off on tangents, meals, food, which your body's going through, what it's not going through, life stuff. We sometimes do get on topics of like TV shows and like, you know, trying to solve the world type deep topics. But we always reel it back in and bring it back to the basics, which is the huge crisis going on in our country, which is obesity. And I'm trying to help. Please. And guess what? It's free. It's free. It's free, y'all. It's free to help yourself. It takes money to feed your ailments with the prescriptions and the doctor's visits, but it's free to help your body. All you have to do is start your fasting journey and let your body start healing and cleansing itself from the inside out. What time zone are you in? What's up, Patrick? Thanks for joining, bud. I'm in the East Coast, right? I should have said that. My bad. I'm in the East Coast time zone. So 1 o'clock on Eastern Central Time. I'm in North Carolina. So 1 o'clock every day of the week, Monday through Friday. I'm on here 60 to 90 minutes, sometimes a little more. Depends on how the chat's going and what kind of topics we're into. But I like to be done with my work. I start early, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm up doing research. I'm hitting up all my socials and posts and getting back to everyone. A lot of research, a lot of reading. And I just started a podcast called The Blueprint. So I'm trying to get that in the works. It's on YouTube. But I'm going to be switching a lot of my stuff over to YouTube, which is Cara Christensen TV. And that's where the podcast will be. So you guys, please do subscribe and send it to someone you know that might need a little motivation in their life to get back on in the swing of things. But being healthy, I feel like it doesn't take a lot. If you don't have to have a gym membership, you don't have to have a bunch of fancy equipment. You don't even need this. You can just walk in place in your house. I have any number of workouts for all levels, ages, stages, levels. You don't even need to be in great shape. You could be a beginner at working out. You could be coming off of surgery. You could have every kind of ailment you can even think of, because I've got clients like that. And is your old YouTube channel still live? My old YouTube channel. Oh no, I changed. I'm only funneling everything into one, and that's Cara Christensen TV. The other one I turned into a like a dress for less kind of thing. It's more about beauty, and the other one I'm doing all about cooking. But Cara Christensen TV is where on YouTube that I'm going to be. I don't want to spill this all over me. Hold on. Lemon water, y'all. Cara Christensen TV is the one that I'm going to be doing the podcast in, and then I'm going to be funneling all of my this kind of stuff, my workouts and stuff into. But so it is still active. If you are subscribed to my old channel, if you see that the title changed or the name changed on there, it's because that's going to be catered to whatever that name change is. So I'm trying to separate them because I was given advice about keeping my algorithms on point is not putting so many different types of content into one channel. So I'm learning. It's a learning process. I'm trying to have a look for it. Aw, thanks, Patrick. I appreciate it. Okay, Sai. Always gotta have one in the chat, don't we? Always gotta have one in the chat. No, sir. Thank you, though. Hey, a guy can wish, right? At least something to the imagination. But yeah, the point that I was making is that you spend so much more time and money and effort going to these doctor appointments, putting your body through all the ailment, putting all those prescriptions in your body, when if you just slowly start to do this, just walking, getting this walking past $150, could be $100 now. The more that they're starting to come out with them, the cheaper they're getting, like any electronics, right? Televisions. But if you just start walking, or I have like Tabata workouts. Tabata is 20 seconds. So it's 8 different exercises, only 20 seconds each. And that's it. It's 4 minutes. It's a 4-minute workout. It gets your, oh my gosh, it's so good for your metabolism, goes up, like so many benefits. I feel like a broken record talking about it, but your collagen production, your inflammation goes down, your brain stimulation, your mood change, your balancing, your so many things in that 4 minutes. It only takes 4 minutes. And if you can't do any of that stuff because you have whatever ailments in your body, take it one small step at a time. There's chair exercises I do. I'm trying to teach people all the knowledge that I've had over the years of being a coach and a trainer and being a nutrition and competing and all of the things I've done. Now I'm trying to reach a broader spectrum and give all that knowledge for free to everybody that wants to tune in, and trying to motivate in a way that I can let you have all this knowledge, and then it's up to you. A lot of times you'll see me going through it too, because like now I'm coming off of 2 weeks of not working out because I was sick. So it just shows that, I mean, I was out like down for the count, but then I did my fasting. I only fed my body nutrients and I rested and I got to 80%, and then I did another fast, and now I'm like feeling right back at it. And I'm usually doing high intensity interval training, and now I'm just walking, like the beauty of walking. Like so many other countries don't have obesity in as a problem in their country because they walk so much more than we do. And that's it. Just simple walking is enough to start lessening all those ailments, and you don't have to take all those prescription drugs. I know it. I've seen it. I've watched it in real time with my clients, and they have felt the best they've ever felt in like decades. So, and I'm talking about clients past 50, past 60, past 70 that haven't been able to walk up the stairs by themselves or walk to their cars without walkers, that were able to go on walks and get rid of the walker and get rid of all the, well, not all of the prescription drugs, but lessen it by at least 60%. So, the proof is in the pudding, which is in the power of knowledge and just giving it a go. I always say, you never know till you give it a go. So even just giving you 5 days, just 5 days. What's 5 days in the scheme of how many years you've been putting all the bad and doing all the things to your body that isn't good for it? So 5 days. If you gave me 5 days to let me start that change to your life, would you do it? If you only had to dedicate 5 days, would you do that if you knew it was going to level you up in your life with your mental, with your physical, with your balance of your mental, your spirit, your body? Would you do it? Would you give me 5 days? Anybody in the chat? Yes, no, maybe. I think if you keep this on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, you'll have a bigger crowd. Yep, that's the only places I'm pretty sure that's the only places I have it right now. I'm doing it through Restream still. So, Alexa, cancel. I'm not talking to you. I'm doing it through Restream. So, I think those are the only ones that I'm streaming to. But for some reason, I can't see any comments. If you guys are on Instagram and you're trying to comment in the stream, I'm so sorry. I thought that it fixed it, but I'm not able to see. I'm not trying to avoid you. I just can't see. I don't see you popping up. I know that you guys had said that before, and now I'm just paying attention that I haven't seen anybody on Instagram here, and I'm so sorry. Trust me, I would not be ignoring you. I just don't see it. You're not on there. Yo, guys, 95 minutes. See what I'm talking about? Didn't even realize. Let's see how far. 95 minutes at 2.5 miles per hour. That's 4 miles, 4.44, which are master angel numbers. 4.44, and that is 525 calories in this stream, you guys. 525. So I'm going to repeat the stream at 6:30 tonight. So if you're able to get in the groove at 6:30, you want to set your treadmill to 2.5 with me, then you can walk with me again at 6:30 and burn that 500 calories for the day. So if you're trying to lose weight, right, and you need to get in that deficit, this is just 500 extra calories on top of whatever you probably might have already burned for the day. So if you want to get your body in that deficit to lose some pounds starting today, you will tune in on my YouTube or Facebook channel or Instagram at 6:30 tonight, and then I'll be back on here. You could start from the jump with me and put it at 2.5. It's just like a little brisk walk. I go to 2.5, 3.0, 2.5, 3.0. That's about the only ranges that I'll go. I try to do the last 20 minutes in 3.0. So that's what I'm at right now as a 3.0. But that gets you to, now I'm at 540. I'm sorry, I was at 535. Now I'm at 540 calories in the 96 minutes and 44 seconds. Look at all these 44s. You guys, look up what does angel number 444 mean. What does angel number 444? If you guys see angel numbers in your life, like in your daytime, like you look at the clock, it's 444. Somebody pulls out in front of you and their license plate is 444, or people see, look it up in the terms in the Google space or Safari, whatever, or DuckDuckGo, whatever you search in your search engine, and look up angel number, and then put in whatever repeating number that you see throughout your day. You'll be so mind blown about how your angels are trying to communicate with you through your guardian angel, through the numbers that you've seen throughout your day. It might actually literally blow your mind about what you're going through in your life and the message that you're going to read when you plug that in. Whether you're a believer or not, you just give it a go, try it out. You're going to be like, your brain's going to explode and your whole body's going to fill up with goosebumps like mine, because I'm telling you, it's so powerful. It's so wild. Yes, I agree. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for all your input in the fun chat today. I am going to go. I do like to get all my stuff done before 3 o'clock so I can be my other role, put my other hat on, and be there for my kids to help them with their homework and all their stuff that they need. And, like I said, mother hen over here, it's not just my own children that live in my home. It's also all the other kids that come by that need a good mentor through their life, that I help them with their homework and all their stuff too, which I love. It's a beautiful role to be in, and I'm so grateful for that. But I do like to end things by 3. I will repost this at 6:30 tonight. So then you can start from the jump of the chat. There's a lot of good stuff in these chats all the time from you guys that come in both. Thank you so much. Sad, you're always in here to crack me up with, your wishes and dreams over there. But Devsky, Dustin, all you guys that came in, Hal, thank you guys so much for coming. I'm so sorry for the ones that joined on Instagram and I can't see you. I will find out who you were and respond to you next time. But the next time I'll probably just have Instagram up separately. Alexa, cancel. She's always listening. But I'm probably going to start pulling Instagram up separately like I was doing before so I can actually see your comments because I don't like to leave you out of the chats. But let's see what I'm at. Okay, here we go. Grand finale, 572 calories. Now I'm looking at 3.0. I'm going to start pulling it down. I'm going down to a 2.0 just to bring that heart rate back down. And let's see how many miles I've done in this 99. Good song, 99 Red Balloons. 99 minutes. Almost 100. No, I reached 100 minutes. Let's go. You guys, this has been such a great chat. Such a good time with you guys. Remember, I'm just starting out back on my journey to getting back into fitness because being sick for so long and then jumping back in, trying to get my body taken at a nice slow pace. Not going to do what I did before, just jumping back in full force. And then I ended up injuring myself, even though I stretch, even though I take all the measurements to do things properly. But I am a product of my own environment, which is I like the thrill of adrenaline and going to the fullest and full storm ahead. So, but getting older does change things and how you recover. And so I definitely learning with wisdom comes, with age comes wisdom, right? So like a fine wine, I am learning along the way, trial and error sometimes, even though I do try to learn from other people's mistakes. But sometimes you just feel like that's not going to happen to me. But now I know, yes, it can. So I'm just taking it nice and slow. I'm going to slow it down even more so I can get a nice calf stretch in. Oh my gosh, it feels good. You guys, yesterday I got on this. There's a reason it says don't do this without shoes on. Flat-footed with someone with super high arches. I got on here and I did the my walk yesterday with you guys. My feet were screaming. So I have the little like shiatsu roller. It's like a wooden thing. It almost looks like what you would use to roll out like a baking roller. So I have that and I put it on the ground and just rolled my arches over it to release the tension and those pressure points in your feet, you guys. If you have any type of like, oh my gosh, it's so good. You get those little rollers. Okay, I promise I'm going to do it. I said I was going to do it yesterday. I promise I'm going to do it today. Go and put all my links in my bio on Instagram, on Facebook, if I can figure out how to do that, and on YouTube. I'm going to put all these links that I'm talking about in my bio so I can stop saying to you guys, okay, go back and scroll through and find the short that I posted the video on it. But if you have a lot of tension in your back or you're having liver issues or any type of so many ailments, if you look up on your computer or your phone, the map of the bottom of your feet, right? Look up the map of your foot and the different organs that if you touch or you push on, it affects those organs. It could be your heart, your liver, your pancreas. It could be your mental, for the, what am I talking about? The cerebral gland in the back. Look at the map of your feet, the shiatsu thing. So yesterday walking on here and I had all these like ailments going on in my body from walking with high arches on the flat surface. And I put it over that little shiatsu wooden roller and I just rolled my feet on it for like 5 minutes. Sometimes it's just excruciating, but you put your arches down over the top of it and kind of like put a little pressure and press on it. Like, you know, like a little massaging action. Oh my gosh, I felt like $1,000,000 afterwards. Look that up though. Okay, you got homework. Okay, you're looking up. This is for next week's stream. I better see some people on here that came and did their homework and know that they got some knowledge from this stream. But you got 2 things. Looking up the benefits of the fasting in 3 different stages. What are the benefits of a 24-hour fast? What are the benefits of a 48-hour fast? And what are the benefits of a 72-hour fast and longer? and your mind will be blown. Also, you see the same kind of repeating numbers in your day. Look them up in the sense of what does angel number, blah, 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 whatever the numbers you keep seeing in your day, what does that mean? Or the birds that you're constantly are crossing your path, or the cats or animals or whatever. I'm telling you, a lot of people aren't in tune with their guardian angel, and it is like, it will blow your mind. I wasn't either before, even though I'm Christian. I wasn't like, I never was thinking like that until somebody else in the church was talking to me about someone had passed, and they were talking about a blue jay kept visiting her window, and she knew that was her grandmother because her grandmother's favorite bird was that. And it was like all these things, and she started talking to me about angel numbers. But anyway, those two things, you're going to look up your angel numbers and tell me what you discovered about the messages your angels are sending you, and also the benefit and the power of those fasts. Because I'm telling you right now, living proof, you can even look up any of these people that have changed their way of life. And I said, would you give me 5 days if you knew those 5 days could change your life, and that it was free to do? So free for me and free for you. 5 days to level you up. Would you do it? So next week, or over the weekend, you can even message me, and I want to know if you're down to do it, and we'll do it together. And then by Friday, so we'll start on Monday, and by Friday, we'll do our check-ins on that last stream of the week, and you guys can tell me what your progress is. And I promise it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind how simple it can be to get back in the groove of things, to get your body working for you, to get your mental balance right, to get your clothes fitting better, to get off those prescription drugs, and to really start helping you live your best life from the inside out. So I have to go. I had so much fun with you guys today. Thank you to all you newbies that came into the stream. Will I be on here tomorrow? I don't think so. I'm trying to do a Monday. Oh, yes, Friday. Is tomorrow Friday? Yeah. I'll be on here tomorrow. Oh, my gosh, the kids are off tomorrow, so I keep thinking, thank you, Bo. I will be on here tomorrow, so I will see you guys tomorrow. So you have homework that's due tomorrow, you guys. Homework's due tomorrow. Teacher's changing. I messed up. New schedule. Your homework's due tomorrow. says like every kid's worst nightmare of the words from their teacher. Homework's due tomorrow. So you're going to look into the fasting. I want to know what you discovered. And on Monday, tomorrow, I want you to tell me on Monday who's going to join me in that 5 days to leveling up. Who's going to do it? Who's got the guts enough to throw it down, huh? Who's going to do it? All right, y'all. I do got to run. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being a part of this stream. It's going to be Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Cara Christensen TV. And I will be starting my podcast soon. I'm probably going to start that up in November because I'm getting all the inner workings. And that is called The Blueprint. And we will do so much more talking and chatting without the exercise part. It's just going to be me and you guys and bringing up all the topics, kind of like what we're doing now. But I can not be sweating to death I can't keep my mind focused on what we're talking about. It goes a little all over the place. But YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Cara Christensen TV. And I'm so grateful that you guys joined me. I hope to see you tomorrow. And if not, I want to see you on Monday for sure. But tomorrow, homework is due. Homework's due. And there's no passes about it. All right, guys. Bye. See you later. You're on.